Today's episode is brought to you by our good friend and sponsor Brian Miller over at United Real Estate Chicago, the only realtor Mike and I trust when buying or selling a home. Links are in the description below.
Are you thinking about buying or selling a home? Or maybe you just have questions about the real estate market. Hi, I'm Brian Miller, and I'm a licensed real estate professional serving the Chicagoland area. People know to call me when they need a problem solved. Through research, troubleshooting, and asking the right questions, there isn't an issue that we can't overcome together. If you're buying, I'll help you find the home that fits your wants and needs. If you're ready to sell, my goal is to get your home in front of the masses and do everything it takes to net you the most money. Since entering the industry in 2014, I've experienced navigating various types of markets, as well as assisting clients with short sales, probates, and selling homes that have been sitting on the market. In other words, if you want to work with an award-winning real estate agent, make the process as easy and stress-free as possible, you've come to the right place. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm Brian Miller, and I can't wait to connect with you.
Hey, welcome to IMO in my opinion with J&M. Let me turn on your mic. Jonathan, it's a little bit empty in here today. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, well,
I mean, we're not going to say why, but
we can. Why not?
let's not do that.
Things happen.
Things happen. Yeah, things come up. No big deal. How you doing, buddy? It's been a while.
Yeah, I love the idea of working outside, not being in a cubicle, listening to podcasts like you.
What?
Even though
you do it all the time.
You guys should listen to a podcast, our podcast.
Yes, listen to our podcast.
If
Let
you
us
can find
get
it.
some revenue.
But man, it sucks. This weather. It's tearing my skin up. Look at my lips. Can you see that?
Herpes going on?
No.
You sure?
Nah, I'm HIV positive. I'm starting to look like the Joker off of Batman.
Oh.
Except my father didn't do this to me. It was
why I got these scars. Is that what you're going for?
Yeah. I mean, it's fucking the end of March and it looked like a blizzard outside.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. Damn, I wrote that shit down and it disappeared. No, my man. I forgot
Just
to say
for reference, he wrote topics and they're gone.
Yep.
He gone.
They're gone. Anyways, I'll put that back over there.
Mike Tyson's fighting.
No, wait, hold on. Let's talk about the weather. I like that. It's crazy, right? Because it's like spring just started, right?
Yeah.
And
very mild winter.
Very stupidly mild winter.
Yeah.
Right? But it's funny because we had spring weather like what? A week ago? 2 weeks ago? It was really hot. It was like in the 70s.
Late spring weather. Like fucking get into summer. I
mean, at least it's not that cold, right? I went to go eat lunch today, and it was snowing, and me and my coworker were eating, and I told him, like, man, it looks like it's really cold outside. It looks like it, but it's not really that cold. It's like still in the lower 30s, mid 30s.
No, it was like 20 something when I woke up.
Yeah, overnight it's a little colder.
But I live more north than you.
But
by 2 minutes.
We'll be over this soon. I'm not looking forward to this summer anyways.
Why not?
It's cicada season. You shouldn't be looking. You work in the fucking forest preserve. You're going to get killed by these motherfucking things. It's going to be disgusting.
Yeah, and there's this, one of my coworkers, she doesn't like bugs. So I'm trying to figure out how she's going to manage this season. Fucking hell.
No, that's going to be bad this year.
Those things are massive too.
But
a trillion?
Do you remember?
Trillion.
Do you remember the last time they came out?
Yeah. When I first started my job.
So was it bad?
17 years ago.
Was it bad?
Yes. I vividly remember weed whacking around a tree and cicadas were flying into my shirt. Like they were inside, like 5 or 6 of them.
That's crazy.
And they're the size of a fucking silver dollar.
No, mames. No, wait.
They don't do nothing.
I know they don't do anything. I remember 17 years ago, right? I went to one of my friend's house in Melrose Park. Okay, near the forest preserve there. So,
Which is almost like kind of still city-ish.
dude, so I go to his house at night one day, right? And we're walking to his house, and from a distance, it looked like the ground was moving.
Yep.
Because you know how they come out in their little bugs at first?
Yeah.
It looked like the ground was fucking moving, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, those are cicadas. And I'm like, now, a few days later, obviously they sprout wings and they start flying around. Same area. I was driving on North Avenue going to First.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going and fucking, you know when you get close to the forest preserve, you kind of see it from afar?
Yeah.
And it's like forest preserve on one side, forest preserve on the other side. It looked like there was a shadow crossing over North Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And you're driving into it like you're driving into a wall of fog.
Yeah.
Bro, and it's just, they're just hitting the car. Pop, pop, pop.
Bing, bang, boom.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
And it's going to be...
Twice as much.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Who knows? Because they said that the worst, there's 2 of them coming out at the same time, which is a rarity.
2
well,
brutes.
3 of them, because we get the annual ones. We get cicadas every year, right? We get that,
Yeah.
the greenish colored silver
Oh, I don't
ones.
count those. Yeah.
We get those every year.
Yeah.
Then we get brood 12 or 13 or 17. I'm sorry. Is it 17?
I think it's 17.
Whatever. We get a brood that's every 17 years.
Yeah.
And that's more northern Illinois.
Mm.
Then there's another brood that comes out every 12 or 13 years. Right? And it's more central Illinois. But since they're overlapping, it's like,
It'll be bad.
bro,
It'll be bad.
this is a punishment from God.
It's going to...
This is
Yeah,
a plaga, is what this is.
A plague.
It's a plague. Wait, no, mames. God is upset right now.
It's gonna. So you believe?
No, I don't. Actually, that actually kind of disproves that story, but okay.
What? How?
Think about it. Think about it, bro. Let's be real. Hear me out before you jump on my back on this. If early man, right?
Yeah.
Which were very prone to believing in gods, right? Let's say they never saw this and then they turned 17,
Yeah.
right? Especially because at that time, I'm assuming 17, you were kind of a man already at that point, right? Because you're surviving.
Yeah.
You're not really a child.
You're like middle aged back then.
So you're middle-aged at 17,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Hair in your chest and everything, right? All of a sudden, cicadas come out,
Mhm.
right? You don't know what the fuck's going on.
No.
These fucking things just show up. What do you think it is?
Food.
Would it be reasonable to believe that ancient man would think this is a punishment from God?
I guess for a second, but then you realize they don't do nothing. They're a good source of protein.
They're gonna jump on you like, again. Remember, you don't know that
it's
they're
not
a good
locusts.
You don't know that it's a good source of protein. You are ancient man.
Okay.
These things are just jumping on you.
I'm trying to think like a Neanderthal.
You were literally freaking out that they were in your shirt.
Yeah, it's gross.
Okay, so imagine billions of them, and you don't know what it is. You have no idea what this is. The first time you've ever seen anything like this.
Yeah, I would get freaked out, obviously.
Would you think it's a punishment from God? At a time?
I guess.
Makes sense, right?
I mean, they thought when there was eclipses, they thought the world was ending too. So
Man was pretty
I
stupid
guess.
back then. They were pretty stupid back then. That's my point. That's my overall point.
All right.
So yeah, this summer's gonna be. I'm not looking forward. Look, I promise you, I'm gonna try my darndest to not leave my house from the end of May to the end of June.
Oh, and you work where I work. So
I
you're
know
gonna
that,
see
bro.
me.
If anybody at my job, if they're hearing this, and you leave my garage door open, I will kick you in the face. Just FYI.
It's gonna sound like somebody's playing maracas for 3 months
No,
straight.
nah, it's not that long. They're only alive for from late May to late June. Then they're all gone. But they said there's gonna be a
so
shit ton
a
of
month
carcasses
and a-
all over the place.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna start running them over, have to clean them off the tires and shit. Something else that came out recently.
You? Oh no. Well, go ahead.
Anyways, from a show that we used to watch when we were kids, there's a new X-Men thing that finally debuted. It was announced I think we talked about this the first time.
Yeah.
I think on the 3rd or 4th episode of IMO, and it just came out.
Wow. It's a long time.
I'm telling you, for a fucking cartoon.
I guess Disney was struggling. They needed something to talk about.
Jesus
Although
Christ.
they weren't struggling back then. Now
Oh, no,
are.
now they're struggling.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not struggling. They're just coming out with garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about a new show?
You're like me. It's never gonna surpass the one you had in your childhood.
And you haven't watched it yet, right?
No. I was waiting for this weekend. So we're gonna see what it's all about.
So I can tell you, I won't spoil. I mean, what am I really spoiling? It's a fucking cartoon.
Don't.
There's nothing to fucking spoil. It's the same
Don't tell
shit.
me anything about the story.
It's the same shit.
You already told me the original voice cast is back. Some of them, most of them.
But not
That annoyed
necessarily in
me.
a good
That would have
way.
been a nice surprise.
Like you didn't know.
That's really Storm.
Like you
Oh,
didn't
that's
fucking
cool.
know, Gway.
I didn't know.
You're full of shit.
I did not.
They've been reporting about that, bro. You get your news off TikTok, bro. Come on,
I
bro.
know
They
the
haven't said
show's
anything?
coming out. I know the show's coming out. I haven't looked it up. What? I'm not like you. I don't do research. I go in fresh.
Fresh pile of shit.
Yeah,
That's what you are. Anyways, so yeah, some of the voices are back. I like the majority of them. Some of them obviously have aged, which I don't know if that's good
All right.
or bad, because I really did like Brogue's voice back in the day.
Yeah, she was hot.
Yeah,
That's how she was
in the
hot.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't have that. She's not voluptuous anymore.
Yeah, I saw that. They got,
But that's bullshit.
got rid of her ass. It's a shame.
You know. But it was a good first two episodes. I thought it was, really good story. I think my thing is the animation. It's not bad. Like I remember, like my boss he gave me this look because he's like, I like the animation. I'm like, the animation. I'm not saying it's bad. I am just simply saying that the old animation is better. That's all.
In what way?
It's because it was more gritty. It was more, it had a lot of shows had that. Like Batman the Animated Series had the same gritty style, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man the Animated Series had a gritty style.
Yeah.
X-Men had a gritty style. It was just the style of its
Is
time.
gritty your way of saying
Low quality?
yeah, kind
Not
of
high
sort
def?
of, yeah.
No, but it was like, okay, do you remember when Family Guy changed to how it looks today?
Yeah.
Do you prefer how it looks today or how it looked before?
How it looks today.
Okay, what about The
Serious?
Simpsons?
Today.
Really? Compared to the old one?
Yeah.
I would argue that.
Well, how old? Not the very beginning, right?
No, before they went like super high def.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I like the before.
I do too. Like
Yeah.
same thing with like King of the Hill. So King of the Hill is one of the weird ones because like it only had 2 episodes after the switch and it got canceled. But like I still prefer.
What was the point of the switch?
That's what I said. I don't know. They have 2 episodes that are like in widescreen, and then the show's canceled after that. But I don't know. It's just something about the old style that it had, like the charm of it. That's just, why couldn't you just use the same art style? Why did you have to change it?
Because that fucking technology is obsolete right now.
It doesn't mean that you can't do it.
Can you?
Of course you can.
I don't know. Maybe they tried and they couldn't.
Bro, is that okay? So here's another thing. So X-Men had 3 seasons, the original run,
Yeah.
right? The 3rd season they lost some of their budget, so they had to change the art style. It became more cartoony-ish looking. They're all cartoons, but it became more kid-looking cartoonish.
I know what you're saying.
Versus more teenager, young adult cartoon looking, right? So the new one looks more kiddish looking. Like what you would see in maybe some anime, kind of like that style. But I mean, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's terrible.
Caillou.
A little bit. Like I don't think it's bad. Like I don't think it's bad at all. It's just not what it was. That's all.
It's never gonna be what it was.
Of course it's not.
So it's never gonna compare. Well,
was that your favorite cartoon show as a kid?
oh, absolutely.
Really?
I don't remember anything about
Besides
it.
the
But
previously on X-Men.
yeah, and
was
obviously the theme.
But I was actually shocked you weren't super excited that Storm when her voice was back.
I mean,
You had a thing for that old woman.
oh yeah.
She goes all out.
Does she?
Oh yeah. She's the one that sounds
I mean,
the most.
when you're a voice actor, I guess you got to go all out with
No,
your voice,
but
right?
she's the one that sounds the most Like
she
the
used to?
original. Yes.
Okay.
The most. By hands down, the most. Because all the other ones, so Cyclops isn't the same guy.
I can tell.
It's somebody who sounds pretty close.
Yeah.
Wolverine's the same guy, but he sounds a little different. He sounds aged. The guy who voiced Beast
What
is the
fuck
same
do you
guy.
expect?
I know. That's what I'm saying. He sounds aged. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I get it. He's old.
Yeah.
Beast is the same guy. He sounds a little different. Rogue is the one that sounds the most different because her voice looks like we were saying how you said off cameras, like she was smoking, 3, 4, 5 packs of cigarettes. But whatever. She's trying. Got to give her credit.
Yeah.
And in the original voice of Cyclops is voicing, if I'm not mistaken, he's voicing Cable in this one. So
Okay.
Jean Grey and
Why
Cyclops.
switch it?
Huh?
You
Maybe
mean
he
they
sounds
could have
different.
had him?
Maybe he sounds different.
Well,
Maybe he
according
sounds
to you,
different.
they all sound different now. What's the point? Just,
Maybe he didn't want to. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. If I'm not mistaken, he's voicing Cable, which is Jean Grey and Cyclops' son.
hold up.
You didn't know that?
This is news to me.
Wow. You didn't know that?
What?
Yeah, he's a Summers. You didn't know that?
Cable Summer?
Yeah.
That's fucking
I
horrible.
mean, his name's not Cable. That's his like nickname.
What is he, Wire?
Ha ha ha.
I don't know.
You're stupid.
Why you're so late on it? Why even press it?
Because it takes me a while to make sure I'm pressing the right button. Shut the hell up. Hey, you know what? I can move this over there and you can press it. You can deal with it.
All right.
You're full of shit. You can do shit. Anyways,
You ain't gonna let me. You know you're not gonna let me.
it's a good show though. I think you should watch it really
I'm gonna
quickly.
watch.
There's just a few when you watch it, I'll tell you what I don't like.
What is this thing with 2 episodes coming out, 4 episodes?
No, it's
and
not. It's gonna be 1 episode. They just released 2 on the first one. It's 1 episode a week.
Like Invincibles, they released 4 and then they stopped. What's all that about?
You know one thing I don't like about the show, and I don't think this is gonna spoil anything, but
Which one?
the X-Men show.
All right.
You know how in a normal show, like let's say for example, like Chicago PD, right? You have 5 officers that are part of the group, right? So normally the structure goes that every episode the story is based around one of the characters, one of the main characters,
Yeah.
right? And then they hint at the overarching story of the entire season in every episode, right?
Yeah.
So with X-Men, like damn, pinche ganzo.
Did you swallow cicada?
With X-Men, there's so many characters, right?
Okay.
You can't do what you did before because you had 3 seasons of it. Right now, and then there were longer seasons. There was like 20 episodes a season. You only have 10 episodes a season here. So you can't do episodes based on each individual character. You know what I mean?
It did look like a bigger cast.
I think they're spread out through the episodes because all of them didn't show up in the first 2. Like all the ones that they've shown in the commercials and stuff, like they all didn't show up so far.
Just like the main 4, 5,
Yeah.
6.
And Bishop for some reason. I don't know why Bishop's in there, but okay.
All right.
Anyways,
I like me some Bishop.
did you see the Deadpool trailer?
I did. I caught a thing about Disney. It's kind of funny. Yeah.
He was like, they pull out the little pruning stick, and he goes, "Hey, hold on there. This isn't my first time pegging or whatever." And he's like, "But it's Disney's." It's not my first time. He's like, "But it is for Disney."
Wow. They let that slide.
They have no choice if they want to fucking.
Yeah.
The success of Deadpool is because he's like that.
It's the only successful thing they got going on.
But not to
right
mention, I mean, the movies are on Disney Plus,
now. Yeah.
so I'm assuming they're okay with the movies being there.
Sure.
So
sure.
if you're good with the movies being there, then you must be good with the content that he brings. The only thing I had against that fucking trailer is, remember when we were talking about how the differences between Deadpool 1 and 2?
The eyes.
The overall, the way it looks is different,
Yeah.
right? So like obviously director has a lot to do with that, and the director didn't come back for part 2, right? Part 1 just had a tone to it, like a grayer tone. Like a grayer, less saturated tone. The second one had more saturation. This new one looks like a Marvel film. So it's very saturated.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I like the old one. I think I like the first one. The first one, Deadpool, the original Deadpool was an awesome movie.
Sure was.
Damn near perfection for superhero movies.
Yeah.
Everything about it was great.
Yeah.
Everything. The way it looked, the way it sounded, the way the actors played, everything. Second one was good, but it wasn't like my favorite.
I didn't like it that much.
I didn't think it was like
the story just kind of.
It was good. It just wasn't that like
no.
to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just Not to mention Cable Summers was there. Because Cable was the one that was doing it.
Played by Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this new one is just it's like very colorful, and I'm like, they're taking away they're making it fit into them. I know why you do it.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of it, but that's just me. I'm one person. I'm not important to Disney, which is fine. I understand.
No, you're not. Barely important to me.
Do you like Wow?
I mean,
do you like
what?
Do you like
that?
Logan? Do you like Logan in this movie?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Why? You've always wanted to see it?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's because of the fact that the last time they were together was still terrible.
Yeah.
With
it's hopefully a redemption story.
With when they sewed his mouth shut.
Yeah.
That movie was so bad. And the funny thing is that he had moments of Deadpool, right? Like the elevator scene in X-Men Origins,
right?
When he was like, great, stuck in his elevator with five guys on a high protein diet. And whatever. Or like he starts sawing the bullets in half.
Yeah.
And he finishes them. He's like, okay, everyone's dead. It's like that's funny. They should have just let him keep talking, but they just fucking snoozed on him. No, but Deadpool is cool. I think this movie is gonna be the best movie Marvel's gonna have in a long time.
They're saving grace.
Maybe not their saving grace. I think it's just gonna be one good movie. Because so was Spider-Man No Way Home. It was one good movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't their saving grace because they had a shit ton of bombs afterwards. They just finished canceling a bunch of films.
Like what?
Miss Marvel 3, that got canceled.
Oh,
It was terrible.
That was coming.
Ant-Man 3 canceled. Terrible film. And there was another. The Eternals canceled too. So no more big titty Hispanic.
Damn.
What was her name?
I don't know. America Ferrera?
No. She's the girl from Grown Up. She was Adam Sandler's wife in Grown Ups. The one that played Frida. Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek. She was in that movie. She gone. She fired. They let her go. But yeah, Marvel. Hopefully, man. I would love to see a good Marvel film.
I thought you said you wanted them to stop making movies for like 10 years.
I wish they would have. Make Me Miss You is the problem right now. Marvel made a mistake. They saturated the market way too much. There was too many shows. Too many shows, too many movies. Too much to follow. This is the problem with timeline movies. Right? Every movie. What's the biggest question always with Terminator films? How and why? When you're just time traveling, that's a big ass loop.
I'm not like you. I just enjoy the movie.
So you don't care.
But I
about,
see what you're
you don't
saying.
care about storyline.
No, just shoot somebody.
When you have to follow a storyline. Well, Terminator's different because it's always been the same fucking storyline the whole time.
They stick to it.
Sure. Okay. Well, then in Marvel world, the fact that they're going, spat like I'm over. The fact that they keep going back in time and changing things, and then that sprouted 10 different realities.
Yeah.
And then each one has their own version of something or whatever, of Wolverine, blah, 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 blah. But it became too much to follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too complicated at this point. At this point, I want all of this to end and just go back to one timeline, just one straight story.
Yeah.
Because this timeline was interesting, but it's too much. It's way too much.
Yeah.
Anyways, in the world of boxing, I don't know why this is happening.
Or amateur boxing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know if I'm
why. Why does anything happen?
Money.
Yes.
No, but I mean in the sense of why does anybody want to watch it? Not why they're doing it. I know why they're doing it.
Came out of nowhere.
I mean, they were talking shit for a while.
Were they?
Yeah. So we are speaking about Mike Tyson coming out of retirement again to fight. Which one is it? Jake Paul. Coming out of retirement to fight Jake Paul.
Copper,
the problem child, right? That's his nickname?
Copper Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm sure he's not iron anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, Mike, I think if he hits him, but that's anyone, right? We've been saying that about every Jake Paul fight. If Mike hits him, I think Mike kills him. But I think Mike Tyson has a time window of like 15 seconds every round.
Well, first of all, are there stipulations? Can Tyson hit him full power?
Because you're implying that it's set up.
Of course, I'm implying that.
Why are you implying that you're telling me
that's
that
what
Jake
happened
Paul's
last
not-
time.
Who did he fight last?
Roy
Tommy
Jones?
Fury? Who? Oh, you mean Tyson?
Mike Tyson? Yeah.
Oh, but they're both old. So like I can see that being set up a little better. But you don't have to run. You're not gonna. I know you're gonna say. I said that I want Tyson to kill him, but he's not gonna really hurt Jake Paul. Jake Paul, even if he knocks him out, Jake Paul's young. He can survive that.
Well,
Roy Jones Jr. is fucking 60. If he gets hurt, if he gets knocked the fuck out by Mike Tyson, it might actually fuck him up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when
towards the end of his career,
he was getting knocked out left and right.
A light gust of wind would have knocked him out.
Right. And you know what's funny is like he's still mentally sane. This is when good defensive fighters like Roy and Floyd, they can still speak good English.
Yeah.
You know, because they didn't get punched a lot. But I think that there was a legitimate danger with Mike Tyson going full force with Roy Jones. I don't think there's that same risk with Mike going full force with Paul.
Well, he has his whole fucking career on the line, right? Jake
not gonna
Paul,
fucking
if he
kill
gets
him.
fucking knocked out,
That's not
nobody's
gonna
going to take him seriously anymore.
Well, maybe people will start taking him serious because you got to start from the bottom again.
He doesn't want that. There's going to be some type of stipulation. Tyson's going to punch this guy in the face maybe like 4 or 5 times throughout the whole match. He's not going to knock him out, even though he can. I'm pretty sure.
So was the fight that Paul lost, was that fight fixed?
No, I think it was just competitive.
Why didn't that one get fixed? He lost.
Yeah, he did.
He lost to Tommy Fury, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he thought it was competitive. He was actually going to win. They didn't have to put it in the thing where, you
so
can't
they
hit
went
me in
at
the
it for
face.
real.
I think so.
So all the other ones were fixed. Anderson Silva
I'm
fixed.
not saying they're fixed. I'm saying
Nate Robinson fixed.
there's No, he knew he was gonna beat Nate Robinson.
What about the UFC guys? Both of them.
The one
Askren?
guy, he knew he was gonna be Askren. Askren wasn't a boxer; he was a wrestler.
And
Tyron
Woodley.
I mean,
Twice. Put his ass to sleep twice.
that one
2 times.
I don't think that was fixed either. Woodley was old at the time. He's almost 40.
Yeah, but
So he kind of knew he was going to win.
that's my point. You can. I don't think anyone's really hit Paul yet. Well, Anderson knocked him down, didn't he? Who knocked him down? Somebody knocked him down. I thought it was Anderson. I know he knocked Anderson down, but Anderson
I don't
Silva?
think so. I don't know.
I feel like somebody knocked him down. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to watch it just because it's entertaining. I love me some good entertainment.
I'm going to watch it because it's free.
Hopefully.
If
Fingers
it's free.
crossed. Fingers crossed.
I mean, you said.
It's because Netflix has never had a pay-per-view before.
Okay.
You've never had to pay extra for anything on Netflix, but they've never held an event like this.
I guess maybe they're just banking on the fact that the fight's coming out and people that don't have Netflix accounts.
I think they're trying to
fucking go and get a Netflix.
I think they're going to try to bank the same way the WWE banks on Peacock.
Okay.
Right? Because it doesn't make any sense. Think about this. When we were kids, how much did a pay-per-view cost? $50, $60?
Fuck? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when it went HD, it was like $60, $70.
Yeah.
So WrestleMania is coming up, bro. We'll talk about WrestleMania right now. WrestleMania is the biggest wrestling event yearly.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
$70, $80 depending on high definition, right? You can watch it on Peacock for free
Mm.
with your monthly subscription, which is like $10 a month. My question was, how does the WWE make money then? Now,
They get a cut from Peacock.
right? But how much do you think? So let's say they because they're gonna sign with Netflix in a year or two, or they already did, for like a couple $1 billion.
Mm.
Is $1 billion more than selling pay-per-views every month for like $80, and you're selling like I don't know how many buys, but like let's just say you get 100,000 buys
Worldwide.
or 1 million buys at $80. That's you'll make more in 12 months selling pay-per-views the way they were than you making a couple billion on Netflix for a year.
I mean,
And you're giving them more content.
maybe
because
they just want the money up front.
maybe I can see that. But then how do you pay your talent? Because remember, back in the day, it was how many seats you sold.
I mean, how do you pay your talent?
You got to pay them from that billion, right? You're gonna
That's
run
a lot
out.
of money. Fuck.
Wait, how much do you think? How much do you think Dwayne The Rock Johnson is getting paid right now for being on fucking WWE?
He's a bum.
Oh, you're such a fucking hater.
No, I actually like him. I actually love him as a heel.
I actually found a picture that you would have been very interested in.
What?
It was a picture of him.
Take steroids.
No. It was a picture of him. He was in between filming Gridiron Gangs and The Tooth Fairy.
Slim as a motherfucker,
Yeah,
right?
he was slim as hell.
Of course he was.
And I'm like, this motherfucker's juiced. This motherfucker's
he is.
super juiced.
Of course he is. It's not even a question.
But there's nothing
anymore.
wrong with him being juiced. I'm
No,
just saying
there isn't.
he's super juiced,
You
man.
can say it though.
Dude, he was like as skinny. I mean, he was cut. Like he was
Yeah.
shaking somebody's hand and his arm looked cut. But I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
where did it go? Like, where did all of it just go?
And where did it come from?
Where did it come from?
Yeah.
Speaking of The Rock,
hmm
have you been watching?
I've been keeping track. Yeah.
It's getting good, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting right now, right? This whole
I'm starting
bloodline
to
shit is
spark
starting
up
to
that little
child in
peak.
you, right?
Yeah. Although I still watched it when I was like 15, 16. I was like really heavy into it. So I'm getting to that point where I actually might watch if somebody buys it. Somebody.
I got Peacock. Go
Oh,
watch
yeah?
it at home. Go watch it with my
Yeah.
girl. My girl likes to watch that stuff,
Alright.
and her son. No, man, it's so interesting right now because of the whole Cody Rhodes thing, and I got to finish my story, and then The Rock comes in.
I didn't realize how good he was on a mic either.
Oh, he's good.
Cody Rhodes.
He's good. I like him. I like him a lot.
I don't think you're gonna be the main attraction. I think you're gonna be Roman's side chick.
Side bitch. Or something.
Side
He should have said.
bitch.
He said side chick, but
He
he
said
should have
side
just.
chick,
He should have just
yeah.
said side bitch. No, man, he's good, but I think he's good because of what happened outside of WWE, right? Because when he was in WWE, they didn't take him seriously,
No.
right? He was Stardust and whatever, and all these weird characters, whatever. Then he left, and he made a name for himself in the Indies and started AEW. Then everybody started liking him in AEW, right? Then he comes back, and then I think that helped him. That gave him a boost because he's from AEW.
Yeah.
And he was one of the co-founders of AEW. So him coming back kind of boosted him really, really fast and really hard, you know? But then fucking Roman, I hate Roman. I hate Roman Reigns so much.
He's out of all the characters you got, right? Why would you have him as one of the longest reigning champs? He's so fucking
Lame.
meh.
That's my point. He's mad. And he's only relevant, in my opinion, he's only relevant because Paul Heyman is with him.
I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah.
Because when he was by himself after the Shield broke up, right? Because he was part of the Shield, him, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose, whatever. Once they broke up, he became the big dog or whatever, and nobody liked him. Nobody liked him. They booed the shit out this man,
Yeah.
right?
And not because he's a great heel. It's because
He was terrible. He was
Garbage.
terrible on the mic. He
Yeah.
was okay in the ring. He had a good look, but then he had the whole leukemia thing. So he had cancer, right? So that helped him. So he went away for a little while. People felt bad for him when he came back, right? Because obviously they're gonna do the whole thank you Roman thing, right? When he left for a little while, comes back. He's got a little bit of energy because he beat the whole cancer thing, right? He turns heel when Paul Heyman goes with him.
Yeah.
And Paul Heyman starts talking for him. That's gold.
Yeah, that's what,
Let Paul Heyman talk for everybody.
anytime you got that guy talking for you, is because you need it, right?
Yes. Brock Lesnar needed it.
There you go.
But let me tell you, I was telling Mina this the other day. Paul Heyman is very entertaining. Even outside of wrestling. Like if you watch him in some of these interviews that he has or whatever, he is, I would argue, if he was an actor, he'd be a great actor. Like he has a way of delivering. I mean, maybe he wouldn't be able to change characters, but he would have a way with words that are very impactful. The way he delivers words is awesome to me. I think he'd be like a fucking Marlon Brando kind of character, bro.
What?
Yeah. Marlon Brando wasn't, I mean, he's good, but he wasn't all that good.
Marlon Brando was like a heartthrob when he was younger.
I'm not saying like visually. I'm talking about chops.
Okay.
Not visually.
Okay.
Chops.
All right.
Like
I can see that. Bro, I mean, if he's good live, he should be good on camera.
And he's going in the Hall of Fame this year, too, which is pretty cool.
Why do they do that?
Why do they do that?
Yeah.
Just to bullshit because it means nothing.
Can't you wait till somebody retires?
I mean, he's not really an active wrestler. He's never been an active wrestler.
So why not wait?
I don't know. He's supposedly he said that he's declined it a few times. But he went,
I saw that.
He went in this time because it was like 40 and whatever. It's like WrestleMania 40.
He said he declined it because of all the shit that's happened afterwards. Like, if he gets into the Hall of Fame, right? He's getting into the Hall of Fame without doing all this work with the Shield or with Roman Reigns.
Right.
With
he also said something about
bloodline.
He also said something about like it's the first time without Vince because Vince got in trouble. He got fired.
Yeah.
So he felt a little more comfortable. Him and Vince never got along.
I can see that.
You know.
Yeah.
They had differences of opinions and differences of strategies. I would argue that you should have just listened to fucking Paul Heyman. He knows what he's fucking talking about.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that man has a creative mind, ridiculous creative mind. Did you notice how big? Did you watch the? You know what I don't like about WWF that they do now?
What's that?
They need to stop trying to be like the UFC. Like they have media scrums.
Yeah,
they have fucking pose offs at like in like what are they like the weigh-ins? Kind of like weigh-in shit. And I'm like, stop, man. This is scripted, bro. Like it doesn't need this. We don't need a media scrum.
No.
What do you need a media scrum for?
Did they get that from AEW?
AEW started doing that shit.
I thought so.
I'm like, you don't need to do it. Like it basically Hunter goes out there like Dana White. Yeah, so we had an attendance record of this. You know, I couldn't believe what happened in the ring today. Yeah, you can. You planned it, bitch. What do you mean you couldn't believe it? You literally planned it.
No, he did not.
I mean, come on. I think wrestling was successful before all that, and it would continue to be successful without that.
Yeah,
it doesn't need it. Fucking, who's winning? So do you understand the 2-night event of what's gonna happen? Like how the 2 matches are gonna go?
Kind of, sort of.
So in night 1, which is Saturday, it's Roman and The Rock versus Seth and Cody.
Okay.
If Cody wins, then he gets a clean one-on-one match with Roman the next night.
Which you know is gonna happen.
Hold on. Wait a minute. We'll get to it. If the Rock and Roman win, then the next night it's Cody versus Roman under what The Rock says Samoan rules or some shit. Whatever. Bloodline rules. That's what he said. Which means that it's like a no DQ. Right? Because The Rock kept saying he's going to make sure he doesn't win.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be The Rock and Roman are going to win night 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that out there right now. I'm going to manifest this. The Rock and Roman are going to win night 1, period. Cody's going to win. And I think The Rock's going to betray Roman. That's what I see.
No.
Why not?
And The Rock isn't a heel anymore. And it sucks.
Why does it suck?
Because he's so good at it.
He's not that good at it.
Yeah, he is.
You can't be a heel and then they fucking cheer you like a motherfucker. Heel. And they cheer you. There's no way. He's not a bad heel, but I also think he tries to be too funny to be a heel. Like, heels are not supposed to be that funny. Like, he's too entertaining to be a heel.
He's like a Kurt Angle, kind of, sort of.
I guess.
Yeah.
In a way. I guess I can see that. No, but I really think The Rock is going to win. He's going to betray him. Because they were supposed to have a match anyways.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to betray him, and then they're going to have their match.
That makes the most sense.
Yes.
I think.
And then my future booking, my fantasy booking would be that when that happens, when it's Roman Reigns and Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
I don't know why you said it.
Because I refuse to say it the other way. His name's Rock. His real name is Rock. It's not Dwayne. I don't know who the fuck Dwayne is.
He's The Rock.
He's also at Target now. I don't know if you noticed. With his
Why?
creams and stuff that he sells.
He sells creams.
Yeah, like Tattoo Bomb and shit like that. It's at Target. Yeah, it's weird.
Jizz in it?
I don't know.
Is that the
Brombable testicle? I don't know. When it's The Rock and Roman, right after the betrayal, because it's gonna happen.
Because you manifest.
Yes.
Even though you don't believe in that stuff.
I have it written on my manifest board.
I don't believe that for a second.
After that happens, and they fight in the next pay-per-view after that, right, or whenever, SummerSlam probably. They're gonna wrestle because it's gonna be the Bloodline basically against The Rock. In that match,
yes,
someone's gonna run in and make The Rock lose, and it's gonna be The Rock's daughter.
And she's
the general manager of NXT, which is the minor leagues of the WWE.
She's a GM?
She's like the GM. She's the acting GM.
Nepotism.
Sure.
Nepotism.
But that would be awesome if she cost him the match.
Cost her own dad the match.
Right. And then her excuse could be like, I've been trying to get out of your shadow kind of shit. I should work for the writings room of the fucking WWE.
Yeah, all right.
No mames, güey. No mames. I bet you none of them have even thought about this. I'm pretty sure they have.
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool ass story, and then you can tie The Rock in for like, that SummerSlam and then WrestleMania, the next WrestleMania, because then his storyline could be, I need to win my daughter back.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm sure they're listening and taking notes right now.
They're listening to our podcast.
Yeah,
of course
they are.
You catching that, Mr. Paul Levesque? That's Triple H.
I know.
Oh, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah.
Terrorizing was another name that he had.
Really?
Yeah. And he had one more when he was
The Game.
The Game, the Cerebral Assassin.
Even though the only game I know is the rapper.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's a better game.
What else did we write down? I forgot.
Why do you say that?
I forgot what it didn't save, bro. What you want me to tell you? It didn't save. The fight, WrestleMania's coming up. That's a big thing. We're in season 13 or 12. Season 12. We're season 12 of this fucking podcast, dude.
Oh, I was wondering where you were going with that.
No, season 12 of this fucking podcast.
Like of what?
It's a lot of fucking content, bro.
Yeah, it is.
We've aged. We look younger.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
We look a lot younger.
Fucking last 3 years. Fuck. Has it been 3, 4?
2020.
Fuck.
The beginning of COVID, and that's when Disney Plus was announced.
4 years.
We literally, our first episode, we talked about
We made Disney Plus.
Yeah, we gave it all the advertising it needed.
Fuck.
All 32 views and everything. Oh man. But yeah, man, it's been kind of a crazy ride, I would say.
Sure.
No? You don't think so?
I mean, we've gone from your house to my house. Or
no cameras to 3 cameras.
Yeah.
No lights to a lot of lights.
No video to video.
Yes. From very cheap mics to expensive mics.
Yeah. Although I prefer the cheap mics.
You didn't even pay for them. Shut the hell up.
Oh, then I prefer these.
What the fuck are you talking about?
These Joe Rogan mics.
It is Joe. Yours is. Mine's not. I gave you the good one. I should have kept that one. Anyways.
What do I care? Just fucking switch them. You can
No, I'm
switch
just
them right
kidding.
now if you
I
want.
wanted this one because it was different.
White?
Yes. It's how I like my women. White.
Jesus.
Dude, you know what you need to watch? I don't know if you're into like dramas. Are you into dramas?
Sure.
Like miniseries dramas? Yeah, that
Like
was
a
you. I
soap-
heard that one.
Like a soap opera? Oh.
No, not like a soap opera.
I
Like
think I'm gonna need uvula surgery too.
oh, I'm gonna get that too next week.
You've had more surgeries, or you're gonna have more surgeries this year than I've had in my entire life. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I had knee surgery January 30th.
And mine was an optional.
We had-
circumcision.
That's great. That's really what we need to hear. Right here.
19 circumcision. That's
That had to suck, bro.
it did
I
suck.
can't even imagine. Cause I'm like, bro, when they're literally snipping off the hood of your penis, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, and they stitch it
It's-
together, right? Where they have the
Oh,
clothes.
they put stitches on
And
it.
I'm like, dude, at that age, I was waking up with morning wood every fucking morning.
Yeah.
Can you? Oh, hell no. No, my man.
why are you asking if I can imagine when I went
You lived through it?
I lived through it.
No, yeah,
It
there's no way.
was not fun.
There's no freaking way. But yeah, I had knee surgery January 31st. So I'm still kind of recovering from that.
Basketball's over.
No, I went to go play yesterday. I'm starting to move again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't feel great, but I'm starting to move.
Wait until the next knee goes.
Yeah, then I'm probably gonna retire. And then I gotta have my uvula removed. And for people that don't know what that is, it's the little hangy ball thing in the back of your throat.
Yeah, the one that Cardi B was talking about.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Explain, please.
Huh?
Explanation.
The rap song?
No.
She's talking about
If it ain't Eminem, bro, I don't know what it is.
see if you can hit the back of my throat.
Oh,
The
she's a
little
sus, yeah.
dangly thing that,
She's
yeah.
a sus.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
well,
So yeah, so to explain what's going on,
mm.
I started having a problem where I would constantly want to clear my throat, and you're gonna say something stupid. Go ahead,
No,
get it out of
I'm
your
listening.
system.
Uh-huh.
And for the longest time, like everybody kept telling me, like, what did you used to say
What?
when I would clear my throat a lot? Like you'd say I'm sick or some shit, right?
Yeah, like a mucus. I don't know.
So-
Cold.
I went to one doctor, and the doctor, they put the camera in your nose and they look down your throat, which is an interesting feeling.
Mm.
And she was like, "Oh, I think you're suffering from like allergies or something." But I've never suffered from allergies in my life, right?
Mm.
It's always, I've usually been pretty good with stuff like that. So whatever. I stopped seeing her because I thought she wasn't helping me. She gave me like steroids and shit like that to kind of control it a little bit.
She
Didn't do
gave it to
anything.
me.
It wasn't that kind of steroid.
Oh.
Didn't work, so whatever. I went to another doctor. She told me kind of the same thing. She told me, take another round, do some allergy pills, whatever. Then I went to this doctor. His name was David Tojo.
Toe jam?
Sure.
Toe-
Tojo, man. Funny thing is, I saw his name, right? And I'm like, oh, it's going to be this like Asian dude, barely speak English. This guy comes in, he's like super Americanized, speaks perfect English, awesome dude. He puts the camera in my nose again. And no, before he does that, he goes to me. He goes, "What are you feeling?" And I'm like, dude, I've been dealing with this for like 2 years. I feel like I have something stuck in my throat and I can't cough it up. And I can't, it's funny, it's going to sound, I can't swallow it. Go ahead. It's like, I'm just
go.
waiting. And he's like, but like, what is it that what's the sensation you feel? And I'm like, it feels like I want to swallow the hangy ball thing in the back of my throat.
Mm.
Right. So he puts the camera in my throat and he looks in there and he's in there for like 15 minutes, just looking around. Like I can feel the camera moving around back here. I was going to say something bad.
Did you gag?
Huh? No, you don't gag because you gag if it goes through your
I'm
mouth.
sure you don't. You got rid of your gag.
Who do I look like? Joey to you? Both of them. Whichever Joey you want to pick.
Oh, no.
They got some serious control of that gag reflex. I love you, Joey. Joey's,
shit.
both of you guys. So he's in there, he looks, he comes out. Yeah, Sounded stupid. He pulled. There's no way to answer this question the right way.
Go.
He removes the camera from my nose, and he goes to me. He goes, I saw two things. One, your voice box looks fine. Your vocal cords look fine. It looks a little swollen-y, but nothing crazy, right? Because I told him I have acid reflux. He's like, it's probably from that. He goes, funny thing that you said about what you feel, because your uvula is really long. And he's like, go ahead, bro. He goes,
God gave you the extra inch.
at the wrong spot.
Yeah.
He goes and says that he's never seen anything like that big, that long.
Damn, that sounds like a compliment. I don't know.
He's like, I've never seen it like that. He goes, literally, it's sitting. If you're not speaking, it's resting on your vocal box. So like when you go to speak, your vocal cords open, and it can be grabbing. It's basically like it's going.
It's
correct.
It's like this.
It's like grabbing swallowing a. All right, stop. It's like it's like swallowing a noodle, holding on to it, and then pulling it out of your mouth again. Basically, it's what you're trying to swallow it.
Yeah.
So he's like, you're literally trying to swallow it. It just doesn't go anywhere. And he goes, you've probably made it worse. He's probably like, you probably made it worse over time. He's like, you don't remember any impact or anything? I'm like, yeah, I remember I got elbowed in the throat playing basketball really bad one time. And he's like, well, maybe it's swelled up. Maybe it's swelled up for whatever reason. And then you started trying to swallow it. So you keep You're a child. You're a fucking
Only
child.
when it's swollen.
You're a fucking child.
That's when you try to swallow it.
You try to swallow it and you're just tugging on it. It just gets longer and longer and longer. It's like, I'm like, what? It's eventually going to be in my stomach. What the fuck?
Man.
So
there was no good way to tell that story.
Yeah, that's no way.
No.
And then so basically he said, there's nothing we could do about it. The only thing we could do is cut it out. So they're going to cut it out.
What does that entail?
So they grab a lightsaber cheese knife and they go in there and take it out.
Are you awake?
No, hell no. I've seen videos of people being awake. Really? You think you're man enough to do that shit?
I got my 4 wisdom teeth pulled out.
That's a wisdom tooth. They're just pulling your tooth. They're cutting your flesh.
It's the same thing.
Not the same thing.
They're going to do local anesthesia. You're not going to feel a thing.
No, but it's not the same.
Sure it is.
It's not the same thing.
Dude, I felt when the guy grabbed the pliers and was breaking my teeth in the back.
I understand that.
I felt the fucking crunch.
But they are not opening wounds in your mouth.
Sure, I was bleeding like a fucking stuck pig.
Because the tooth came out, but they're not literally cutting your flesh.
Okay, just think about this. What I went through took like an hour and a half. What you're going to go through is like fucking, sounds like 10 seconds.
Never mind. I was going to say something stupid.
What?
You coming is like 10 seconds. What are you talking about? Anyways, I don't know why it's such a different process. Because they have to use like an electric thing to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a term for it.
Solder off your fucking
Carter rag or something like that. It's like when they kind of burn it shut.
Oh, that's
it starts with a C.
I know.
Whatever.
No, it's gonna bother me.
Christ.
It's gonna slip out of my tongue.
Whatever. Coca-Cola.
Corduroy?
Something like that. Whatever.
Coagulate?
Something like that. Whatever. So it's like it cuts it, but it also stops the bleeding right there because it burns.
Yeah, I have the word on my tongue. I just can't.
I don't want to
say
know what you have on your tongue. Anyways, they got to do that, and then hopefully, I don't have to clear my throat anymore.
That would be a blessing. You'd be like a totally different person.
I would snore less, which is great.
I can imagine. Yeah.
See, but I knew. See, look that's the thing. These doctors, I should just fucking sue them for malpractice. The first two.
Who?
The ones that didn't tell me my uvula was long. Because here's the thing. So when I was having this problem, they kept asking me, do you snore? I'm like, yes. He's like, maybe you should go take a sleep apnea test. So I have sleep apnea, right? So they gave me a mouth guard because mine was mild, so it wasn't like I needed the fucking
The whole contraction.
Yeah, I didn't need the
on
whole thing, whatever. So they gave me like a mouth guard thing that I have to wear when I'm sleeping. So I'm all excited, like, yeah, because I know I snore, right? My girl tells me I snore.
you. Okay.
So I'm all excited. Yeah, I'm not gonna snore anymore. So we go to a hotel one night, right? Cause we're at a party or whatever.
Oh, mama.
And hey, it's a good time. So I'm like, okay, cool. I put the mouth guard on, right? And I go to sleep, and like 2 minutes later, she's slapping me in the face, telling me to shut the fuck up. Cause I'm snoring.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but what the fuck? What the fuck? What's the point of this fucking mouth guard then? You know? But it makes sense because the mouth guard, what it does is that it pushes your tongue forward.
It has nothing to do with your overdeveloped uvula.
There's the problem.
Yeah.
So if the mouth guard is doing what it's supposed to do, then it's not my tongue that's causing me to snore.
Yeah,
It's the uvula because it's moving around so damn much. Right? So hopefully, once that gets removed, I don't have to wear the stupid mouth guard anyways, because the mouth guard kind of feels uncomfortable because it does like
I would.
it makes you do Kobe Bryant Mamba face. There you go.
Oh, it
doing that
brings
shit?
this.
Yeah, you're
Looking
basically
like my cousin Otoniel.
you're gonna have a severe underbite or overbite. Underbite. You're gonna be like bottom tooth the fourth.
Which is what my cousin looks like. God,
Ew, how you doing?
God bless him.
Anyways,
He's my favorite.
no, he's not gonna you make fun of him more than
No.
anything. But yeah, I got to go through that on not this weekend, next weekend. Which just reminds me that we need to get a guest host, unless you want to host, because I have a guest that day.
Who's that?
I have someone coming as a guest, and I'm probably not going to be able to speak
Well, you have to learn how to sign because
I can get somebody. Maybe Erica could sit in for me, or Emma, or Alvin, or
yeah, I mean he plays keyboard. He can-
Joey. Somebody, I don't know. I'll figure that part out. But yeah, bro, it's been a hell of a fucking beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the bad stuff, but been a hell of a fucking year. I'm gonna have to start selling some of this junk pretty soon.
One day, everything's pawned.
One day we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that some other time. Anyway, so I'm excited about season 12. 12. You lose track after a while, bro. Fucking 12. I got some guests lined up. So hopefully we have a good season. Have some good conversation with a few people.
I'm sure.
And we keep this going. I kind of want to keep it going because it's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know if you still enjoy it, but I do.
It's fun.
The editing is kind of a pain in the ass, but
I don't go through that, so it's still fun to me.
you're a dick. Anyways, so yeah, season 12 is starting after this. It's our first episode for season 12. Again, it's just me and John, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's probably a little boring, but if you didn't like it, you can go fuck yourself. And I think we're gonna sign out. You good, John?
Yeah.
Good? All right. That's gonna be our show for tonight. Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, everything we said is in our opinion, and if you don't agree with it, I got 2 words for you.